whole time. Let's go over this video.
Check here. Okay, because apparently somebody doesn't know the meaning of being bullied. Okay, so we're going to give her a breakdown slowly to teach her a thing or two.
So that story about my sister completely went over your head? Telling everybody what I saw, what she went through. Oh, okay. Here's the problem, is that you look up the definition of like bullying and you see the words like people sending you messages, right? A lot of them. People saying hateful things, making AIs of you, doing all the things, all the internet stuff, right? Well, then if that's the case, we're all being fucking bullied, Gabi. Because I get hateful comments. I get people talking about me. People send me messages. People make videos of me. People record my lives. You are not getting any more hate than somebody who has like 1 million fucking followers and they don't say nothing about being bullied. See, you have to prove that we are doing it maliciously to hurt you, to cause harm. I'm not doing that. I'm stating my opinion on your behavior. Do you understand that? That you put on the internet. How is that hateful when I'm just pointing out something that I see?
Right, all of that smoke. I hope you're listening up because this one's for you.
All the smoke, Gabi. All the smoke, which you're about to find out what that fucking means if you keep fucking lying on me, telling people that I'm attacking a little fucking boy. Do you think people take that lightly? And why does your mind go there? You know that's not what I'm doing. But your mind goes there, right? Okay. Where the fuck was this energy when you were in my box? Where was this at? You could have told me all this in my box. You could have came up and had a respectful conversation. I would have been respectful. But you couldn't do that. Why is that? Shit, I would have turned off the comments. But no, I'm supposed to give you a chance, but you can't give me a chance. All right, I see how that goes. Rules for thee, but not for me. Right, Gabi?
I have never seen some, how can I say this without being?
Without being what? What? Disrespectful, mean, like you were in my box? You already, you already went over that hill, girl. So, fuck it now.
You say you're a mom, right? And I'm not gonna come at you with your parenting. I'm not gonna come at with your kids because your kids should stay out of it. I have respect for other moms, even though I don't like you. I still have respect for your child.
But you don't have respect for yours? That's funny. You have respect for other moms, but you just don't like to hear their opinions, right? Right? I've seen mothers who were supporters of yours to try to come to you with concern, and you fucking wrote them off. That's a lot of respect. A lot of respect there, Gabi. We must have two definitions.
I'll go after you, not after your children. I will not talk about your child. I'm not going to talk about your parenting.
You can't talk about my child or my parenting because I don't put them all over the internet. You see how that works? Now, if I did, you can have an opinion. That is your right as an American citizen. And I have enough self-awareness to know that. Where is the respect at exactly, Gabi, for other people? I just watched you say fuck off to all the communities because you don't like to hear the opinions of them. That's respectful? So you respect people, just not their opinion? I'm just a little confused, you know?
Not perfect. We all have done probably the same thing and we're learning.
Yes, Gabi. That is the point. I am a mother who has made mistakes. As a mother, I am going to continue to make mistakes. And as a parent, you are constantly learning. So when I see a mother who has made some of the same mistakes that I have, who is doing inappropriate things, or that I feel isn't right for the child, I am going to point it out. Gabi, you have to understand that being a parent and how you raise them doesn't just affect your kids. It affects the people around them. If I raise a child who is lazy, entitled, a brat, who is mean to other people, he's popular. So the kids around him might think that that is acceptable, and then they want to copy him. Monkey see, monkey do, right? You have to think about things like that.
Tonight, how you went on for hours. Your behavior, you were erratic. You guys were all rage baiting me. You guys were provoking me. You guys were I was in there not seeking attention. You were talking about my son. You were talking about me. So I scrolled, and here you go. And I'm like, oh, pause. What's going on here?
My behavior was erratic. Bitch, you ain't seen erratic. I could only fucking imagine what you would have thought of me 20 years ago. Don't come into somebody else's life and then cry that they're trying to get a reaction, to rage bait you. That's strange though, because if I were to come into your life, I'd be all the things, right? Bully, trying to get you to crash out. But you come into mine and what? Oh, but you weren't seeking attention, right? No, of course not. You know, you could have came in there, did your screen recording, but there's a difference between just getting information or wanting to hear what I was saying and then what you did. Don't fucking seek shit out and then cry that you're being bullied.
3 hours of you, all that smoke, about what you just did on today's live. How you made money off of my son. I looked on your TikTok leap. I have that as documented too as well, by the way. And while you actually, I compared it with the live that you just did today with the gifts.
Actually, it was more like 4 hours because I had to stop and then come back. So you kind of missed an hour. And go ahead, show the TikTok leap. Show it. You can tell me what it says because I re-gift them gifts. Okay? I don't even have a fucking PayPal. I don't take that shit out. And since we're on the topic, what I wanted to do was I wanted to save those gifts and then donate it to somebody who follows me just to give back. See, Gabi, I don't have time to sit on live all fucking day long. I have to plan my lives. So I was only on for that long because you came in my box. Other than that, I would have been off a long time ago. Do you not notice that every other live that I've done was only about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most? So go ahead, compare them. Show your supporters. I don't give a shit. Do you turn off your gifts when you're talking about your son? We all know the answer to that.
Get to weaponize his name, and you do not get to drag his name like it's a fucking hashtag.
Weaponize? Show me. Why is it that everybody's been asking you to show shit, but you can't show nothing, but you're being so fucking bullied, right? Don't use words that you don't know what the fuck they really mean or how to properly use them in a sentence. You want to be mad about how long I was live and what the fuck I was talking about, or that I get gifts for my fucking time? Be mad. You must not have seen my YouTube page. You want to be really upset, Gabi? I gained 1,000 followers after you were trying to talk some shit. So all that, go report her. Nah, they were coming in, they were hearing what I was saying and realized you're full of shit. So every time you get on this bitch and try to lie about me, you're gonna see my face, bitch. Go cry about that. I seen some things happen today. I haven't got around to it, but strange that Gabi is having somebody else speak for her. I don't think she realizes that when you get served by somebody, you're just not allowed to talk about that somebody or reference them, unless I'm missing something. So let me know. But for right now, Help me finish this video.
Unacceptable. You should be ashamed of yourself, because I have never, ever, ever seen somebody drag a child through the internet like you did tonight. One, you have no clue about me.
Dragging your son, dragging his name. You know, you should be ashamed of yourself for lying about somebody dragging your son. And what do you mean, I don't know you? So that wasn't you that's been putting her whole life, showing her whole ass on the internet for 4 years? You know, the raw content, the real you, unfiltered, just being a mom. Oh, I forgot. That's satire, right? Right.
You're literally spreading lies and rumors saying that I'm a drug addict. And I'm not trying to go after you, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but I'm trying to make you understand that you just told everyone that you had a rug problem.
Don't want to be mean and don't want to come at me, right? But you'll lie and say that I'm dragging your son all over the internet. You'll say that I was attacking you and trying to rage bait you, right? Gabi, the whole fucking internet knows I'm in recovery because I told them. Now, I said my opinion is you are in active addiction. Sure did. There's this little saying I like to say, Gabi, that an addict cannot fool another addict.
Sorry, but just because you had a rug problem does not mean that I do.
Gabi, let me explain something to you, and I really need you to hear this. I used to take Addies. I am not ADD or ADHD. And it had the opposite effect, because that's what happens when you take that pill. That's what happens. Makes you kind of like you're on snow candy, right? So I'm very familiar on what that looks like. Just because you are prescribed by a doctor, that does not mean that you can't abuse it. That's where my addiction started. Being prescribed by a doctor. Are you taking those pills as you're supposed to? Are you taking more than what you need? Because if that answer is yes, then yes, ma'am. You are in active addiction. If you start feeling bad or gross when you don't have those, you start feeling anxious or whatever, you are addicted to them. That's what that means. If you can't go a full day without them, you are in active addiction. I don't know if you just needed to hear that, but I'm being serious. I am very serious about addiction, especially parents in addiction. Maybe you just didn't know what addiction looks like, feels like. I get that because I've been there. But Gabi, believe me, I see it. And that is my opinion.
And that's what the problem is. A lot of you guys have something in here that's hurting you, and you're projecting everything on me.
I'm sure that sounded really good to you, but I don't have anything to project on you. I did have a bunch of stuff in here. I hated myself. I continued to hurt myself for way too long. I could have got on this app, but there was no way I could have been truly honest with people in my addiction. I isolated myself because my misery don't like company. Gabi, I got sober and I had to take a shit ton of accountability. I had to rebuild relationships. I lost some friends. I will continue and probably take accountability for the rest of my life because of my own actions. I work on myself every day. I have nothing to project on you. I have a good life, a good husband, amazing kids. Is it perfect? No. I don't want it to be. I just want it to be better than what it was.
I have literally took Cameron off this app, and you still will not stop. You still won't stop. You still won't stop.
You love to use this, right? Listen, getting your son off this app was a step, but it's a step that you didn't choose. That's a step that you didn't take for yourself. Getting a job doesn't mean that your behaviors have changed. You are still on here doing the same fucking bullshit. Except for now, your son's not around. That's the only difference. I want you to really think about this for a second. I want you to think, what have you done differently to help your son? Send him to Karen? Ask yourself that.
I'm only on live at nighttime, telling my story, telling the people the truth. What's wrong with that?
You said that this app has destroyed your family. That's what's wrong with that, Gabi. Why do people have to spell it out for you? Why? It's clear as day, right in your face. You're the one who says it. You're the one who says that we attack your son, that we bully you and your son, that this app has done nothing but ruin relationships and ruined your family. That is what's wrong with it. That is why we say you pick this app over your family, because that's exactly what you're doing. Get it yet? Fuck.
I don't go after your kids. I don't go after your families, your job. Nothing at all.
You lie on people. You lie on people. You have sent people to bully and harass other people. You don't know our jobs or our kids because we have enough respect to keep it off the internet. You can keep sitting here and saying, I'm doing nothing wrong but telling my story. But you hurt people all the time. Supporters you used to have, right? Triggering people, lying about people. You rage bait people. You do shit intentionally. So, playing the victim, you know?
You know what I do? I laugh. I sing, I dance, I do diamond art. I just have fun with my chat. And I tell my story. And you talk about being I was so pissed because I don't know if it was your niece or if it was your sister or whoever, but I'm very sorry that she got bullied. No one deserves that.
Sing, dance, laugh, do diamond art. That's all you do, right? Yeah, if that's all you did, nobody would have anything to say. Girl, you are like miserable like 75% of the time. You look like you can't be bothered with nothing, not even your son. And, you know, for somebody who has been bullied as much as you have, you would think that someone else's story, you would have like encouraging words to say. Like, talk all the shit you want about me, right? Don't fucking lie on me, but talk your shit. But you would think, as an advocate, you would, you know, have something nice to say. But you weren't listening. No. You were trying to hear where I was going to mention your name so you could use it to victimize yourself. That's what you're the best at. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about playing that part in the supporters' lives. So that way, if any of your supporters come in there, I'll show them what I said, and they can decide for themselves.